Hey everybody, thanks for joining me at DIY Crafty Creator. I'm Heather, and today we're going to be making some of these fun pillows. We did some sewing with these and added some extra with some fabric glue. So I'm going to show you everything we're going to need to make these crafts today, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Here's some of the things we're going to need to get started. Some fabric, of course. I chose 4 different fabrics. I'm going to be making several different pillows in different sizes. I also grabbed some yarn and made some pom-poms. I'll show you how to do that in a short video as well. Some decorative lace or little appliques, some of these little fun decorative pieces to put around the edges. We're going to need our sewing machine because we're going to sew these. I've got some fabric glue. This one's called Unique Stitch. You can kind of see it here. And it's a quick drying one. It dries in 30 minutes. So if you have a rotary cutter, that's helpful. If not, scissors work great too. So let's go ahead and get started cutting our fabric. Oh! Also, I forgot we do need a pillow insert, so I got this at my local craft store. You can also just stuff it with your own stuffing. I just grabbed this, it was on sale, and I just thought it'd be super easy just to use to put inside instead of stuffing it. But you can do either way. So that's what we need. Here we go. Okay, so I'm back. This is the fabric I'm going to use for my first pillow, and I doubled it over. I bought it by the yard, of course, and I doubled it over because it makes it easier to cut. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off that raw edge first. So the pillow that I'm making is 18 by 18 square, and I'm going to cut my fabric the same. I'm going to cut my fabric the same size. So you think like there should be a seam allowance, but no, like our pillow will fit in there perfectly, and maybe just a little tight so it gives it a little more fluff. So we're gonna do 18 by 18. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my 18 inches here. Now I'm gonna unfold it. And we need 2 pieces of 18 by 18. And so this is doubled over. When you buy it this way, there's the right side and the wrong side. So I'm gonna do the same thing, line it up at the bottom on the line here so everything gets cut straight. I'm gonna cut off the raw edge. And then I'm gonna cut 18 inches. And we've already cut the 18 inches for the other direction. Okay, so here we have it, 2 pieces, 18 by 18 for our pillow. Let's just prepare our fabric. We need it wrong side out. So we're gonna put the right sides together. And if you have a pattern like I do, we wanna make sure it's facing the same direction. At least I do. You can have it facing the other direction if you want to. We'll just line it up here. This is a super easy sew. If you're not a big sewing machine person, but you have one, this is just super easy. It's just straight lines. You're not gonna have to do anything fancy. We'll get it lined up. And then one thing I didn't mention, well, I'll just go ahead and put in the description, is that we need some pins. Okay, so we're going to we're gonna sew most of the way around. We're gonna leave opening probably about 8 inches to fit our pillow into. We're just gonna stuff it in there in those 8 inches. So I'm going to put a pin where I need to stop, and then I'm also gonna pin around just to keep everything where it's supposed to be. Now I'm also a quilter, so I always do a 1/4 seam allowance. You can do a 1/2 inch seam allowance if you want. It's not gonna matter as long as you don't get too close to the edge of your fabric. And then don't forget to put a pin in to remind yourself where to stop, because we don't want to sew all the way around. We have to get that pillow in there. Okay, so let's set up our sewing machine. Okay, let's go ahead, and I start right where the opening is going to be. So I'm going to start there and go to the edge here. I always pull my pins out. I do not sew through my pins. And then when we get to the corner, lift your foot, turn the fabric, and start sewing. Okay, we're coming along the last edge here. Make sure we stop and leave about 6 to 8 inches in there to stuff our pillow in. Okay, so there we have it. We've stitched around with the 3 sides and a little bit on each of the upper sides. We'll go ahead and snip off the corners. And we want to have a nice tight corner, so to get that look, we want to make sure not to snip your stitching, but just snip the edge right there. And that'll help it pop out in the way it should. Do that for all 4 corners. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it right side out. Super easy. You notice our corners need to be popped out. Okay, before we stuff our pillow, I also want to iron this little edge right here because we're going to be sewing it after we put our pillow in. So it just makes it a lot easier if we just iron the hem a little bit here. 1/4 inch, both sides. This fabric I'm using is a little bit stretchy, so it's not quite the same as just like cotton fabric. Okay, so let's stuff our pillow into our brand new cover. Gently squish it in. So both, like I said, both the pillow and the cover are the same size, 18 by 18. Okay, so that fits nicely, and we're going to squish it down enough because we're going to sew this edge, like I said. We'll squish it down a little bit, and we will sew that edge there. got the edge of our pillow sewn up, just clip off any extra little bits of thread there. Shake it out. And we're not quite done with this yet. I did make some little pom-poms for the edges. And we're going to take a needle and thread to put these on. So just go through the middle of your pom-pom here. And it's nice to use a bigger needle so you can see where it's coming out. But we're going to want to tie it on there. And just double tie it. Okay, so it's nice and tight and right on the edge here. Pull it through and then back through your pom-pom. Make sure you're getting the center of your pom-pom. And I probably do this 3 or 4 times at least. And then we'll just tie it off. Clip that. And then do for all 4 sides of your pillow. Okay, so 12 by 16, and just like we did last time, we're going to cut it the exact same size as the pillow. Okay, now we've got the whole pillow sewn together. We closed up the opening here, and we're going to add our embellishments. And I chose this really pretty little dangly lace. And I'm gonna just apply it to the center across the pillow. And the way I'm gonna do this is using the fabric glue. I'm gonna go ahead and measure it by eye. I'm gonna do the whole front of the pillow to the outer edge on the side there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and clip it right where the seam is. And give it the rest of the way through. Now I'm going to use my fabric glue. Like I said, I'm using Unique Stitch. It dries in 30 minutes, which is fast. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball where I want this, and a little bit more to the top. And I'm going to go ahead, roll it over just a tad. The bottle says to shake it. Okay, and then I'm going to apply the glue to my pillowcase. All the way over to the seam. And then go ahead and roll back over one. Make sure it's straight down to the edge, and then I'm going to apply more on the edge. Make sure everything's laying down flat. I'll apply more while it's up here as well, just so I can get it on the actual parts of the lace. And I'm not just gluing the openings because that doesn't make any sense. This is a decorative pillow, so it shouldn't be messed about with too much, and so I think it'll be perfect with this lace on it. I just love this lace so much when I saw it. and this all will dry clear. Just kind of pat it down. And make sure your edges. And how cute is that? I love this pillow. I can't wait to put this on my bed. I'll show you when I'm finished. Okay, so we're gonna do a slip cover, which is just a pillow cover that has an opening in the back. So you open it, you slip your pillow in, and that's what we're gonna do with this one. This is a 14 by 14 inch pillow. So for one piece of fabric, we're gonna want the 14 by 14 inch, but for the back two pieces, which we're gonna kind of overlap on each other, they're gonna be an extra 2 inches each. So we'll have two 9-inch pieces on each side, and they'll overlap. We'll be able to open them and slip our pillow in. That way we can take the case off, we can wash it, we can replace the pillow if we need to. So let's get started on that. So we're gonna cut the front first, which is a 14 by 14. So start there. Okay, so we have our two 14 by 9 pieces here, and we're gonna wanna fold over just like a 1/2 inch little hem here so that the raw edge doesn't show on the pillow. And then once your iron is heated up, you iron that down. Okay, so just fold it over a bit. And we'll do that with both pieces. Now we're going to take the pieces, so right side up and then right side down on these, and we're going to put them together. And overlap the second piece here. You can see there overlaps. And we don't need to worry about leaving a gap in this one. We're going to go ahead and sew all the way around the 4 edges, because this is going to be where we can open it and put our pillow in. So let's go ahead and pin it all the way around, and then we're going to sew it. Okay, now let's go ahead and flip it inside out. Ta-da! I love this color. It's like super in right now. Looks good with everything. It's like really rich. And see how the corner didn't really pop out quite as much as it should? I used the end of my paintbrush. Just get it in there. Pop that corner out. Perfect. Okay, how pretty is this? You don't have to worry about any extra seams. You don't have to squish your pillow in there to sew it through. You have a nice little slip cover that's easily removable. You can wash it. You can change your slip cover. You change your decorations. So before I put the pillow in this, I'm gonna add some fringe. Like, I've really been wanting to do some fringe. So I got some, and I'm gonna glue it on. So Grab your fabric glue here. I use this unique stitch I've been showing you this whole time. So it works really well, it dries really fast. And this is how this fringe comes. You have to pull out this bottom bit. And I'm gonna glue it in sections. So I'm gonna glue it, cut it, and then glue it again. So I'm gonna glue all along this edge here. So shake this glue first. Apply a thin stripe. Perfect. Place the lid and then just pop your fringe onto there. Squish it down a little bit. That white glue kind of comes through, but it dries clear, so don't worry. And then I'm going to snip that edge. Don't cut your pillowcase. That would be awful. Snip it, put a little extra glue at the end there. I want those ends to stay really good. Just gonna put a little extra glue on all my ends. Okay, put the cap on your glue, let that dry for at least 30 minutes, and then we'll shake it out and put our pillow in. Okay, so we've let our fabric glue dry for at least 30 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and put our pillow in. So easy. We've got this nice little, doesn't that look good? Like super, for how easy it was. Okay, so open up the pouch here. Slide the pillow in, one side first. And because we made it the same size as the pillow, we have a nice tight fit, which is gonna look super good when we get the pillow inside. And then pull the other side over. Situate the pillow inside. Get the corners to line up. All right, look how cute is that? I love it. I love the fringe. It's perfect. So let's check out all of our pillows we made. Of course, you can make these pillows in any color, any design, just any fabric you get at the fabric store. I personally like this style the best. It's the easiest to make, and putting just the little extra embellishments on your pillows just makes it a little more fancy and a little more fun. Thanks everybody for checking out my pillow tutorial video today. Subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying my videos, and then hit the bell to get your notifications. So I also did add some fringe to this pillow, which makes it a little more fancy. Glue it on, just like we did the fringe here. So leave me a comment, and Benny would love to see your comments too. So thanks guys, we'll see you next time.